Hi guys, so today we will learn the concepts of exercise 2.3 and also the concepts of cubic equation. Okay, so stay tuned and let's get started. So let us first recall the form of a cubic equation. Okay, so cubic equation is of the form ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. And as we can recall from our previous video that it has three zeros: alpha, beta and gamma. Means it has three zeros and we will name it as alpha, beta and gamma. Now as you all know that we have find the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the quadratic equation. Now we will do the same. We'll find relationship between zeros and coefficients of cubic polynomial. Okay, for cubic equation it means. Okay, so now first we'll do sum, and it can be written as alpha plus beta plus gamma. So it will be equal to minus b upon a, but this time minus b upon a has a different meaning. Minus b is now coefficient of x square and a is now coefficient of x cube. Okay, coefficient of x cube. So sum of the three zeros will be negative of the coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube. Now sum of the product of two zeros. Now what does this mean? Let's see. Product of two zeros. Product of two zeros means we can choose any two zeros. So first we'll choose this and this. So it becomes alpha beta. Then somebody will choose beta gamma. So again we'll choose that also, beta gamma. And the third pair we can say alpha gamma. So it has written sum. So it is sum alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma. This is three pairs. So product of two zeros, sum of product of two zeros is this. So it is equal to c upon a. Now what does c means here and a means here? C means coefficient of x. Okay, and a means coefficient of x cube. As you can see here, a is coefficient of x cube, b is coefficient of x square, c is coefficient of x and d is the constant term. Now the third relationship which we can form in this, as you all know, we can form only two relationships in quadratic, but here in cubic equation, for a cubic equation we can form three relationships. Okay, and the third type is product of all three zeros, product of zeros. Okay, so it is alpha beta gamma, which is equal to minus d upon a. Now negative of constant upon coefficient of x cube. Okay, so these three relationships we need to remember for a cubic equation. So as you know, there is no sum in your exercise means involving this question, involving this relationship. So I'm not going to teach this in this video, but if anybody wants any question based on this theory, then you can just comment it below, and I will surely teach you how to solve the cubic equation and how to use these relationships. But I will say one thing, that it is similar and completely same as a quadratic equation which we used to do and find the relationship and verify it. It is just the same, just that is here it is 3 zeros. But then also, if anybody has doubt, then they can just comment it below. Now we will learn to divide we will learn to divide two polynomials, okay, which is the concept of equation exercise 2.3. We will divide two polynomials, means let name one polynomial as px and another as gx. So we need to divide px by gx. We'll learn this, how to divide a polynomial by a polynomial. So for learning this, we'll take one example as the exercise sum only. We'll take example as one of your exercise sum. So let's get started with the exercise also, and you will learn also. So now we will take question number 1's first sum. So now, as you can see, exercise 2.3 first question, we'll do the first one, but let's first read the question. Divide the polynomial px by the polynomial gx, means we need to do px upon gx, okay, and find the quotient and remainder in each of the following. So we just need to find the remainder and quotient. So now let's start. So now, as you can see, they have said px by gx, okay. So we'll write it px. What is px here? X cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3 upon gx, which is x square minus 2. Now you can see we have no step to solve it. Nothing gets cancelled, nothing can be done. So for this we have different kind, it is a same kind of division but in a different way. So let's learn that. So first of all, for that we need to remember that degree of the polynomial which is higher will be in the numerator, means it is a 3-degree polynomial. As you can see, x cube, and here x square, okay. So degree of the polynomial which is lesser will be in the denominator. Here they have already given that divide px by gx, but if it is not given in exam, don't get confused. The degree of which polynomial is greater will be in the numerator, and the degree of the polynomial which is less will be in the denominator, okay. So now first we need to write this in this form. So here we will write gx, and inside we will write px. Px is x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3, and gx is x square minus 2. Now we need to go step by step and understand it very perfectly. So we'll go slowly as it is first time. So see, x square, okay. So we want x cube, okay, positive x cube. So what will multiply in x square? It's x, okay, because x square into x will give us x cube. So we'll write it here. And as both the signs are in this division, we need to change the signs. We'll learn it. First let's do ahead. Now we need to multiply this x with this term also. So it is minus 2 here. Then what will happen if we'll multiply x here? It becomes minus 2x, okay. So here it is the x square term. We'll write it below the x term because it is the x term, minus 2x. And here we can write plus 0x square, as no term is there, okay. So now the next step is to change the sign of all the numbers below, okay, which we have written in the next line. Like it is positive, we'll do it negative. It is positive, we'll do it negative. And it is negative, then we'll do it positive, okay. So now we can easily cancel that. X cube minus x cube get cancelled. Now it doesn't matter it's plus or minus because it's 0. So it will be minus 3x square. Now plus and plus, we need to just see this sign and we need to neglect this. So plus 5 plus 2 is plus 7x. Minus, we can take this down. It is minus 3. Now we need to understand that what we need to multiply to get this term. Now as you all can see, we need to multiply minus 3 because it is already x square. So we just need to multiply minus 3 with it. So we'll multiply minus 3. Okay. So what we'll get? Minus 3x square. And minus 2 into minus 3 will give us 6. Means it is giving us constant. So here the x term is not present. So we'll write 0x plus 0x. And we'll write minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. Okay. We'll write it here. Now the next step is to change the sign. Minus, it will become plus. Plus will become minus and plus will become minus. So we can easily cancel this minus plus. Now plus 7x and minus 3 minus 6 is minus 9. So in the first question it is written you need to find quotient which is qx and remainder which is rx. Okay, so as you all know, quotient is this qx and remainder is always this rx. So we can easily write it qx is equal to x minus 3 and rx is equal to 7x minus 1. And you can also check it by the rule, as you all know, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And if you will put all the values, your divisor is x square minus 2. We'll keep this here. Quotient is this, as you all know, x minus 3 and plus remainder is 7x minus 9. If you will simplify this, you will definitely get this. Okay, so you can verify it that it is correct. Okay, so with this you have done your question number 1's first sum. Okay, and similarly you have to do the second, third and fourth. So now we'll move to question number 2. Now let's see what does question number 2 says. So here we can see question number 2. It says check whether the first polynomial means this one. It is the first polynomial t square minus 3 is a factor of second polynomial by dividing second polynomial by the first polynomial. Means we need to divide the first polynomial with the second polynomial. Okay, means it is the same question as above, just the way of writing is different and asking the question is different. If it is a factor, we will get the remainder as 0. So if we get the remainder as 0, then it is a factor. But if we doesn't get 0, it is not a factor. It is just as simple as that. But we need to understand what we need to divide, what we need to keep in numerator and what in denominator. So as you can see, the second polynomial is of the degree 4. Okay, and the first polynomial is of the degree 2. So we'll keep this in numerator and this in denominator, as they have already written also second polynomial by the first polynomial. So second polynomial by the first polynomial. So let's start. So as you can see, we'll name the second polynomial as px and it is 2t raised to 4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12, and gx, the first polynomial as gx, t square minus 3. Now we need to just simply divide it with this method, but in this we need to know that remainder is coming as 0 or not. Okay, we need to check that remainder is coming 0 or not. So it is t square minus 3 and here it is 2t4 plus 3t cube minus 2t square minus 9t minus 12. Okay, so let's start. T square. Now what we need to get 2t4, as you can see, 2t square. T square is t4 and 2. So 2t raised to 4. Okay, now minus 3 into 2t square. Now you can see that there is no cube term, so we'll write plus 0t cube. Okay, and minus 3 into 2t square is minus 6t square, and we'll change the signs now. Minus here, as it is positive again negative, and negative will do it positive, as it is minus we'll do plus. We can easily cancel this out. Plus 3 is 3t cube, minus plus is minus, but the sign of bigger number, so plus. 6 minus 2 is 4t square. Now we'll take this down and this also. It is minus 9t minus 12. Now we'll do ahead. T square. What we need? 3t cube. So we'll multiply 3t, as 3t into t square is 3t cube. So 3t cube. Now we can see square term is missing, so we'll write 0t square, and then minus 3 into 3t is minus 9t. Okay, and now we'll change the signs. Minus, minus and plus. As here it is minus and plus. So we'll cancel this. 4t square. Minus 9 plus 90. It will get cancelled. And we'll take this down, which is minus 12. Okay. So what we need to multiply with t square? 4. So we'll write plus 4. It will give us 4t square. And minus 3 plus 4 will give us minus 12. Now we'll change signs. And as we can see, we can cancel this both the terms, as both have opposite signs. So remainder is 0. So we can say that t square minus 3 is factor of 2t square plus 3t plus 4. So as you can see, this sum is as simple as that. It is just similar to the first one. Just we need to see that remainder is coming 0 or not. If it is, then it is a factor, and if it is not coming equal to 0, then it is not a factor. So this is just the part 1 of exercise 2.3. Now we'll do the next sums in part 2 of this video. So stay tuned for further updates and further solutions. Thank you.